yarn lovers, it's Gary and I'm coming to you from my happy place, the Yarn Corner here on the west coast of Canada. How are you all doing? I hope you're well and staying safe on this fine Sunday. It is July the 6th, 2025, and if you're like myself and recognize Canada Day, which happened to fall on July the 1st, I think it was Tuesday, so that was a few days back, I wish everyone a happy Canada Day. And for those who are down south and celebrate their Independence Day in the US, if you recognize it, then you also have had your celebrations a few days ago, and if not, probably falling into this weekend. So yeah, I hope that you're celebrating safely and enjoying yourself. I know that fireworks can create a lot of tension for animals, like if you have pets and stuff like that. So yeah, keep that in mind if you are firing off your fireworks. All right, so I have some fun things to talk about in this episode. It'll be talking about some acquisitions that I purchased from KnitPicks/WeCrochet. They're two sister companies that reside and operate in the United States, and they do ship internationally, not to everywhere I believe, but to most places. So up here in Canada, they do ship here too. So I'm going to be talking about what I got in my purchase, which I looked at the invoice and it said that I made this purchase on the 16th of June 2025, and now we're sitting here in the first week of July. So it has taken me about 3 weeks to talk about this yarn. It did arrive 2 weeks it took to ship to me, and they have a sale right now over at KnitPicks and WeCrochet. So any show notes that I'm leaving down below will be indication of links to websites if you're interested in going across and taking a look. They will be affiliate links that if you do some shopping and click on those links and make a purchase, a small commission or proceed comes back to the channel here, and I put it back into buying or purchasing yarn for the channel or equipment. So that does help me, and for those of you who've used those links in the past, thank you very much. I am saving up right now to buy a microphone, because like one without the wire, so it'll be easily clipped on and I don't have to like project as much. And in the cases where I'm filming in other parts of the house, we don't have a lot of this soft cushioning yarn that's around me, so that acts as like a bit of a sound catcher. And right here, right now, it works, but if I move to the dining table, there's a lot of echo, so there's reverberation with sound, and it doesn't sound the best. But with a microphone, I'm hoping to eliminate that, and then I can take you a little bit around with me to different various locations. I don't have to film so much in this room. If you're happening across this channel for the very first time and you're wondering what this is all about, hi, I'm Gary, and I've set this channel up to talk about all of my creative yarny journey. And I talk about my knitting, my crochet, I talk about my acquisitions, where I purchase my yarn and tools of my craft from. So if that's of interest, then please stick around. For those who are returning, I want to say welcome back. Thank you so much for supporting the channel by watching the videos and also commenting. I love reading what you've been working on as well. So if you feel inclined that you've embarked on a new exciting adventure with a project or with a certain yarn, please drop me a link down below in the description, in the comment section, so that I can read up on what's been going on. Yeah, so again, this will be talking about my purchases that I made, not a huge order, from KnitPicks/WeCrochet. Now, a little bit about the background of the company. I am an affiliate of KnitPicks/WeCrochet, is that they are sister companies. So if you are looking for product, you can either choose the KnitPicks side or the WeCrochet side. There are slight differences, obviously, because they're directing their attention to the separate different crafts. So you'll find different tools on the KnitPicks side as opposed to the WeCrochet. But generally speaking, the yarn is pretty much even keel across both websites. There is one slight difference with the WeCrochet, and I think it's still true as of this recorded date of the video, is that you don't need as much of a threshold to meet. So the minimum amount for free shipping is lower over on WeCrochet. So some knitters who are savvy shoppers will decide to go across there if they feel that they reach that free shipping quota, and they purchase from WeCrochet and get free shipping. They do provide that to Canada as well. I'm not sure what the figure is for the limits on both sites, but that would be expressed in like the shipping pages. So you'll find all that information, and it currently it does change from time to time. So it's always good to go back and just reconfirm those shipping limits. My price point will be all in US currency because that's what I guess there's no Canadian currency choice to select over on the website. So I don't know what that is converted into Canadian dollars, but if US isn't your home currency, then do go across and make the conversions yourself to see whether these are great deals or not. Yeah, so I will be talking about their current summer sale, which is happening right now. This was not part of the current sale, but when I made the purchase back in June 16 of 2025, there was a special discount on some of the yarns that I'm going to show you. So these price points will be the sale discounted price that I'm going to be quoting from my invoice. And again, if you do go across and see the price being different at any time that you're watching this, it's because this price point is the one with the discount that had been made at the time of purchase. So yeah, I will get going, shall we? So it's shipped in a box, and the box was protected by an inside large plastic bag, so that was good for if it was raining here when it arrived. Sorry, I just bumped the camera. And we'll start with my, I guess the first one that I want to talk about is the balls of yarn that I purchased to add to a previous purchase that I made. Going back about 3 months ago, I was looking at their Oceana yarns, which is all recycled plastics that have been taken from the ocean to create a fiber. And I love the concept. I wanted to see how the yarn felt and if I liked the color. So I got myself some of the octopi or octopus colorway. I love octopus. They're one of my, I guess, go-to animals when I'm thinking of personality and also the intrigue. So octopus is definitely on my radar. So partly the name inspired me to make the purchase back then, and I thought I would add to it because I was so happy with the quality of the yarn and the idea and concept of the cleanup of the oceans, getting those plastics and making it into a wonderful reusable fiber. Yeah, it's called Oceana, sorry, not Oceana, it's Oceana. And that's the color octopus. It's made in Italy. Oh, it's called octopi, sorry. There we go. And it's worsted weight. I absolutely love it. So I bought myself another 6 balls of this in my order the second time round, and now I have enough to make the cardigan that I wanted to make when I first thought about making the purchasing the yarn. Softness factor, I always rate my softness for yarns that I've just found, and this one out of 5 being my top scale softness, it does rate I'm going to give it a 3.5. I do feel a little bit of that prickle in there. And let me see, it says here, What are you made up of? So there is 54% alpaca and 54% alpaca and 46% polyester sequel yarn, which is the yarn that has been sourced from the plastic waste in the ocean. So I love that concept. And as you can tell, it is a yarn that has a base color, which is not the same kind of tone as the alpaca. It's a little lighter. And I'm just going to see whether it does look like it's a type of weave. Now, I'm not sure whether that is considered a mesh. I think it's a tube mesh that they've blown the fibers into. And that mesh, it seems to be a slightly different, lighter hue than the blown fiber. I think that's going to be great for texture. It's going to show up a nice sort of like velvety finish, like a bit of halo on it. It does give me the idea that it is a healthy worsted weight, and they're suggesting on the ball band here to use a number 6 US knitting needle, which translates to a 4mm, and then it's got -9, so it must go up to a 5.5, so 4 to 5.5mm knitting needle, and then it's got I to K hook here. I don't know what that is in millimeters. I'm going to say, because a J's a 6mm, so I to K must be like a 6.57mm hook. In this ball, I'm getting 50 grams, offering up 136 yards, and care instructions. Made in Italy, it says hand wash and lay flat to dry. I absolutely love it. Now, the price point on this, at the time that I purchased it, it was on sale, and each unit was $7.19. So I did get myself 6 of these to top up the ones that I have currently in my collection, and I'm going to make myself a cardigan. I like the idea that it'll be nice and soft and it'll be warm for the cold weather here in Canada. All right, so next up I have on my list is 4 balls of Andean Treasure DK. See if I can find all 4 of them. 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay, so this is this one here. Oh, I've got a bit of a yarn bath there happening. Andean Treasure DK. Heathered yarn. I love this color. It's called Pine Cone Heather. I'm seeing bits of a warm gold undertone, and then on top is more of the chestnutty brown, like a walnut brown. Very, very lovely and soft indeed. So I got myself 4 of these. Now, I did get a sneak peek out of a care pack that Knit Pick sent me on this yarn. So I had one or 2 balls of it, and I thought, I really am going to add to the collection that they had sent me and make something like a cowl. I can see this sitting against my skin with no issues whatsoever. Softness factor of this one is, I'm going to say, even slightly softer, maybe the same on par as the previous one. So I'm going to give it a 3.75 out of 5. So no issues there whatsoever. Sitting against my skin, it wouldn't itch or pinch. And let's see, what does this tell me here? It's a that's interesting. So the ball band says here it's classified number 2 yarn, which is not a DK weight. So maybe that's a misprint. Number 2 yarn is a sport weight, but I'm going to agree that it's a DK. So I'm going to classify it as a 3 weight. even though the ball band says differently. It says to hand wash and to lay flat to dry. It's 100% baby alpaca. They're suggesting you to use a US number 3 to 5 knitting needles, which I'm just going to check my rating here. 3 to 5 is 3 is a 3.25 millimeter, and then a US 5 is a 3.75 millimeter set of knitting needles. And then I have an E-7 for the crochet hook. I'm going to say it's a nice clean yarn, a little bit of a halo, not too much. The winning factor of this one would be the fact that there are two sort of tones going on in the heather. One's an undertone, more gold, and the other one is a nice rich brown. So I got those four. Price point on this is, go back to my invoice here. For the one ball was $4 US, and for 4 of these it cost me 16 US. I didn't give you how much I'm getting here. So in this 50-gram ball, I'm getting 110 yards. And where are you made? I'm not too sure. Does it tell me? Maybe one of these balls will. Made in Peru. Lovely, lovely yarn. The next one I'm really excited about too is new to me yarn. I've not felt this one, but I wanted to try it out. And it's called Galileo. And this one was being sold at the time of the sale when I purchased it for really, really inexpensive. I think it was like at 60% sale. So I thought I'd give it a go and get enough of it for that sale, because it was just a short sale, to make myself a top. And the price point was $2 per donut. And here it is. Galileo, and it's a sport weight. That's it there. It has a nice sheen to it. It's very, very soft. The twist on it looks a little bit more loose, so I'm getting to see the actual twist in it, like let's see, it's got that ropey, bumpy sort of sensation to it. It does offer up, I'm going to say, different colors as you turn it, so it's slightly pearlescent. So as you turn it, you're seeing their reflections of the blue sky outside, and then in some instances you're seeing more of the purple color of the actual yarn itself. I like that. So I already have a pattern choosed out that I'm going to use this yarn on, and it is a summer top. This is the perfect weight for it, sport weight. I could even hold double if I wish to use a larger knitting needle. And yeah, I'll talk about that once I get going on it. But that's the Galileo. It is hand washed, lay flat to dry, as with everything else. It is 50% merino wool and 50% viscose from bamboo. So that's the shininess, I think, that I'm seeing from here. They're suggesting here to use a number 3 to 5, so the same as the last recommendation for knitting needles as the last item that I showed, and that was a 3.25 to a 3.75 millimeter set of knitting needles, and a crochet hook size of E-7. I think for the top that I'm thinking of, I'm going to have to hold this double, which won't be a problem because I got myself quite a lot of this. The color that you're seeing here is a color number, not a name. It's 3158. Let's see on my invoice. They do have the color name Nebula. I think that's apt because of that iridescent sheen that happens from it. So Nebula. You made also in Peru? Yes, made in Peru. In this 50-gram donut, I'm getting 131 yards. And I got myself 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 in this pack. And I got a portion of a pack. I got another 6 in here to make myself that top. And I bought enough of this so that I could hold it double if I wanted to make it a little of a thicker fabric and up my needle size. So I think I have enough to cover myself with that pattern. I thought for $2 a donut that was a steal. Okay, the last thing that I've got in my little purchase that I have is a yarn that I have tried, and it came to me via Knitpick sending me a little care pack on yarn that was going to be included in their collection for sale, and I liked the feel of it. Oh, I didn't rate this one for softness, so let's go back to Galileo first. And again, rating above average in softness. I can wear this against my skin with no issues about pinching or scratching. And out of 5, I'm going to give this one a 3.5. So it's sitting exactly the same rating as all the other ones that I've tried already. And if not, maybe slightly a little lower than the other 2 that I've already mentioned. So I'm going to say that this is a 3.25 to a 3.5 in my scale of softness. Now back to the last one, which I have tried in the care pack before, and I just wanted to get a different color, and it's this one here. It is the Altiplano worsted weight. That's it there, and that's what it looks like. Kind of matches what I'm wearing a little bit. This is more red, ruby red style, but look at that yarn. This one is a little more rustic than the others that I've mentioned, and you would need an undergarment with this one. If you were to make a sweater, it would be great for color work. You just need to remember that you would need to wear something underneath, like a shirt or an undergarment, and I just love this color so much. It has a good representation to the online photograph, which I find a lot of websites sometimes they might do a little enhancement and the color looks different when you get the yarn at the end of the day. But this one is a good a good representation of what you see on the website. A nice ruby red style yarn. So yeah, let's read up a little bit about this. The color is called Mora, M-O-R-A, and I'm getting 100 grams. It offers up 218 yards. It's a worsted number 4. They're suggesting here to use US 6 to 9 knitting needles, which is, check my little gauge here, US 9, 6 to 9. So it's saying here from a 4mm to a 5.5mm knitting needle, and then for the hook size it's I to K, and it's 65% wool, 35% alpaca, hand washed, lay flat to dry. This is a yarn that's made in Peru. I just love the color. So it having alpaca in it and merino, I'm seeing a little bit of a halo there of some loosely spun fiber of alpaca hair, and the hair itself doesn't seem to have caught the dye. It's slightly a lightish alpaca color. The merino must have taken the dye a lot stronger than the alpaca itself, because when I look closer, I'm seeing that there are bits of darker hues and then bits of lighter hues. So what they would call a heather, similar to the other one that I just showed from this one here. Sort of the same result, slightly heathered. This one I can see a lot more pronounced, but this one's a little subtler. And that 4 weight, let's take a look. Yeah, it's a light 4. the twist on it does seem to be a medium twist. So I'm loving it. And it's in hank form, so there will be some balling up involved. Haven't used my Swiffer for a long time, but I like hand rolling, which is, or hand like rolling the ball up. And yeah, so that will be in a project. Okay, so how many did I get of that one? I did get 5 hanks of the Nora, and each of those hanks were $6 at the sale price. So the reason why I'm showing you these, so I got 6 of these, is that there's a summer sale going on right now at Knitpicks, and each of the weeks of leading up to I guess the conclusion of the summer, which is at the end of July, I think the sales will be done, is that each few days leading up to the end of July will be devoted to a specific yarn type or a flash sale. And right now we're sitting on the weight of Sport and, is it Sport and DK? Yes, Sport and DK are now up to 50% off as their sale price. And what I've been thinking of doing is going back and getting some more of the Oceana, and getting another color of that, because the balls are at the discounted rate, because it is the DK or worsted. Let me just look. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Not even in the box anymore. So this one is worsted, sorry. So that one might be coming up in the future for me to grab at the chance of buying the discount. They've already gone through the lace weight and the fingering weight, and I didn't manage to get in on that sale. But for the upcoming days, currently they're on the Sport weight, DK weight, and then I'm hoping the worsted weight and is it bulky? Will be coming up. So I'm going to get another color and get enough to make another cardigan out of the how would you pronounce that? Oceana. Yeah, I'm looking at the moss colored one, the green. The last thing that I want to talk about in this video is shipping. So this did ship to me within 2 weeks, I would say. I had it at my front doorstep. It came Canada Post. Now I'm looking at my invoice here, and because there was taxes taken out at the point of purchase on the day that I made this, June the 16th, 2025, they did take out some taxes, which ended up being $6.06 in US currency. So when it transferred from the shipper, which was USPS, the postal service in the US, to Canada, and Canada Post took on the delivery, there was no handover or customs needing to be paid because the taxes were taken at the point of purchase. And also because it wasn't a third party, I didn't get dinged with any handling fees, which was awesome. So for those Canadians who are interested, please do go over to their shipping details in case that it could be slightly different for you where you live in Canada. Certain addresses might need a different type of delivery service. But for me on the West Coast, it was apples, and I did not have to pay any extra fees for it, which is always lovely. Now tell me, which of the yarns did you have a drawing to? Was it this one here, the octopi? Like, I have such a longing to make my cardigan. Just a bit hot right now. Was it this one here, the Altiplano, in this beautiful Mora color? Was it this one here? I'll try and get one that's actually out of the bag. The Galileo, with that shine and opulence. and this one was called Nebula. Or the last one in my series, the Andean Treasure, in this beautiful heathered quality. So I absolutely love all of them. My top is figured out with this one here, the Galileo. I have a cardigan to make. I gotta look for a pattern for that. And this red was an impulse buy because I am currently got in a project bag some Malabrigo red, and I thought this would bounce off nicely if I decide to add to it, because I don't have enough of the Malabrigo to make the full sweater. So I need to come up with like color work that will help me get through a sweater's quantities worth of yarn. So the Mora was picked for that. All right, now I have fun to put this away in my shelving and squish and think about patterns for a later date. With that, that catches you up with everything. I hope you're doing well. I'll see you in the next video, and hopefully that will be soon. Bye for now.